ଇକୋନୋମିକ୍ସ ର କ'ଣ ପଚରା ହେଇଛି କିଛି? ହିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିର କୋଉ କେତେ ଚାପ୍ଟର? ସବୁ ପଚରା ସେଥିରୁ କ'ଣ? The rise of nationalism in Europe, nationalism in India, print culture modern. Identify the correct statement with regard to the Zollverein from the following options. It was a coalition of Prussian states formed to manage political alliance. Its aims was to bind the Prussia politically into an association. It was a custom union or the initiative of Prussia. It helped to awaken and raise national sentiment in Europe.
It is a custom union.
Which of the following countries were involved in the 3 wars with Prussia and ended with victory and unification of Germany? Austria, Denmark, and France. Which one of the following ideologies were the European government driven by after the defeat of Napoleon in 1815? Socialism, conservatism, romanticism, liberalism.
Conservatism.
Which one of the following is not true about the female allegory of France? She was named Marianne. She took part in the French Revolution. She was a symbol of national unity. Her images were marked on coins and stamps.
Option A.
She took part in
B. She took part in the French Revolution. Assertion is development in France influenced the Greek War of Independence, which began in the year 1821 against the Ottoman Empire. Reason is Giuseppe Garibaldi was a French artist who visualized people of Europe marching in a long chain.
Assertion is true or
Religion is false.
Assertion is true.
Religion is false.
The assertion is, by the settlement of Vienna, Belgium was annexed to Holland to set up a powerful state in northeast of France. Reason is, in the revolution of 1848, men and women of middle class continued their demands for constitutionalism. B. Both are true. Are not correct. 47. Assertion is, Prussian measures and practice often became a model for the rest of Germany. Reason is, the nation building process in Germany had demonstrated the dominance of a Prussian state power. Good. Assertion is, the anti-imperial movements that developed everywhere were nationalist. Reason is, all the movements struggled to form independent nation states.
B.
Assertion is, the aim of Zollverein is to bind the Germans economically into a nation. Reason is, it ought to awaken and raise nationalist sentiment through a fusion of individual and provincial interests. B. People under the Habsburg Empire did not see themselves as sharing a collective unit, as they spoke in different languages like German, Italian, Polish, French, English.
Polish.
German, Italian, Polish. Why the foreign domination was considered a threat to nation building? Select the best suitable option from the following in a reference. Exploitation of natural resource, erosion of native values and ethos, violence and mass killing of people, spread of new disease in the country. Option? Good. Who did unify Prussia and how?
Bismarck unified the Prussia by the Austrian bureaucracy. He fought 3 wars over Serbia with Austria, Germany, and France led to the Eastern of Prussia unification.
Good. Prussia or Germany was unified by its chief minister O.V. Bismarck. He fought 3 wars over 7 years with Austria, Denmark, and France, which ended in Prussia victory. Thus completed the process of unification of Prussia. Who was called the Bismarck of Italy? Why did Frederick Sorrow present utopian vision in his prints in 1848? Explain one reason.
To visualize his dream while made up of democratic and social republic.
Good. Why was young Europe formed?
European secret society was formed to independent nation.
Good. What is meant by conservatism?
After the defeat of Napoleon in 1815, a regime was set up in which conservatives.
Conservatism is a political philosophy that stresses the importance of tradition, established institutions and customs, and preferred gradual development to quick change. What happened in Silesia in 1845?
The landcars of Silesia lead the strike of the plantation.
In Silesia in 1845, OAVS led a revolt against contractors who supplied them raw material and gave them orders for finished goods because they drastically reduced their payments. Name the painting prepared by Frederick Sorrow in 1848.
The
dream of worldwide democratic and social republics. The pact between nations. Who was Johann Gottfried Herder?
German philosopher.
He was a German philosopher who claimed that true German culture was to be discovered among the common people, that is known as Das. What are the important impacts of Peasants' uprising of 1848 on France? A national assembly proclaimed as a republic. It granted suffrage to all adult male about 10 to 1 year. What are the reasons for the rejection of Frankfurt Parliament by the Wilhelm IV, King of Prussia?
Because they demanded for the right to vote for all, including women and the poor citizens.
No, because that the members drafted a constitution for a German nation which was to be headed by a monarchy subject to a parliament. Name the Balkan nations inhabited mostly by Slavs.
Romania, Bulgaria, Albania, Greece, Macedonia, Montenegro, Croatia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Serbia, Slovenia.
ସେ ମନେ ତୋର କାହିଁ ତୋର ତା ପାଳି ଧରିଛୁ ତୋର ସିଧି The Balkan nations comprise of Romania, Bulgaria, Albania, Greece, Macedonia, Croatia, Bosnia Herzegovina, Slovenia, Serbia, and the decade of 1830 is known as the decade of a great economic hardship in Europe. Why?
There is a enormous increase in the population. Good shortage of food between 1838 and 1848 due to a bad harvest. Most of the people moved from the rural area to urban area in search of jobs.
In making of German.
This man known as the architect of the unified Italy. He used the help of Austrian bureaucracy for 3 wars over 7 years with Austria, Denmark and France, with ended with Prussian victory. This led to the unified of Prussia. On 18 January 1871, King William I is declared as the Emperor of Prussia.
The Frankfurt Parliament, which was convened in the Church of St. Paul on 18th May 1848, was the first major step towards the unification of German states. This liberal initiative to nation building was, however, repressed by the combined forces of the monarchy and the military, supported by the large land owners of Prussia. Afterwards, Prussia took on the leadership of the movement for national unification. Bismarck was one of the greatest sons of Prussia who accomplished the supreme task of the unification of Germany with the help of the army bureaucracy. He was convinced that the unification of Germany could be achieved by the monarchy, not by the common people. His main aim was to unify Germany, which was accomplished by 3 wars with Austria, Denmark, and France that were fought in a brief period of 7 years. The wars ended in Prussian victory and helped in completing the process of unification. On 18th January 1871, in the Royal Palace of Versailles, the King of Prussia, William I, was crowned as the German Emperor. Explain the role of Mazzini, Gisp Mazzini, in the unification of Italy.
This is Mazzini. He was born in Genoa.
Genoa in 1807. He became the member of various secret societies such as Young Italy in Marseille and Young Europe in Bern, whose members were like-minded young men from Poland, France, Italy, and German states. Mazzini believed that God had created nations to be the natural units of mankind. Thus, Italy cannot remain divided into various kingdoms. It has to be a single unified republic. Mazzini's opposition to monarchy and his vision of democratic republics scared the conservatives. Metternich described him as the most dangerous enemy of their social order, that is the monarchical rule. He wanted economic development and political dominance as well as favored war for unification of Italy. What are the reasons behind clash between Gandhiji and Ambedkar? Separate electorates would slow down the progress of integration into society. Separate electorates would create division in the society. With separate electorates, Dalits should gain respect in society. The condition of Dalits should become better.
The condition of the Dalits become better.
The separate electorates would create division in the society. Who among the Ramchandra? Jawaharlal Nehru. The Simon Commission was boycotted because there was no British member in the commission. It demanded separate electorates for Hindus and Muslims. There was no Indian member in the commission. It favored the Muslims over the Hindus.
There are no member of Indian.
In 1928, the Hindustan Socialist Republican Army was founded at a meeting in Eden Garden in Kolkata, Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai, Firozshah Kotla Ground in Delhi. None of these. Firozshah Kotla Ground in
Delhi.
Under the presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru, the Lahore Congress session of 1929 formalized the demand of abolition of salt tax, Purna Swaraj or complete independence, boycott of Simon Commission, separate electorate for Dalits.